Buongiorno a tutti! Thanks for joining me again in my little kitchen here in Lecce in the south of Italy. My name is Francesco and today I have a couple of slices of stale bread that I need to use. So what better way to do that if you're in Italy or anywhere else for that matter than to make some bruschetta. I have some mozzarella, full-size tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, some rucola, basil, anchovies, olives and a little bit of oregano, along with a clove of garlic, some salt, pepper and good extra virgin olive oil. That's all I'm going to need to make a great light lunch today. This is a great brunch idea, or for a party spread you could do these, and I'm sure everyone knows and loves bruschetta. I'm going to show you the way I like to make it. So I hope you enjoy that. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, come back and follow me for more. Let's cook. For today's bruschetta you are going to need bread, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, basil, garlic, anchovies, green olives, oregano, mozzarella, rucola, salt, pepper and a good extra virgin olive oil. Of course, one of the most important things if you want to make a good bruschetta is to use the best tomatoes you can find. We're out of season now, but I still made sure to get nice plump, juicy tomatoes, full of flavour. These simply need to be cut into strips like this, and then into small pieces, like this. As I decided to make a couple of different kinds of bruschetta, I decided to cut the cherry tomatoes into slices, like so. Now we're ready to dress up our chopped tomatoes. To these we're going to add salt and pepper and some fresh basil, which I recommend you pluck by hand because if you chop it with a knife, it does lose the best part of its flavour. It ends up tasting really inferior. It's not a fairy tale. Trust me on this. At this point, we can add a light drizzle of good extra virgin olive oil. Not too much for now, because we're going to drain off some of the juices afterwards, and it would just be a waste. We'll add more olive oil at the end before serving. Now we can slice up our mozzarella into relatively thin slices like this, and then we'll set the larger ones aside and take the smaller end pieces and cut those into a dice, like so. With the mozzarella taken care of, the last ingredient I need to see to are my olives, which are not pitted. So I cut them off the stone, just so. If you're using pitted olives, you may just want to cut them into quarters. Now that we have all of our ingredients together, we can move over to the stove where we've turned up the heat really high on our griddle. We can lay down our bread and start pressing it down to get some good scorch marks into it. Give it a good 2 or 3 minutes on each side. Check, and if it's looking like this, that's what you call a bruschetta. it really is important to not use fresh bread to make bruschetta because it's just going to be too soft and moist. You want it to crisp up and dry out. You also need to let the bruschetta cool down before you start preparing it. The first thing you're going to do is take a clove of garlic and rub it across the rough surface of the bread just to perfume it slightly with garlic flavor. Then we're going to take a knife and cut the bruschetta before we put the topping on. You'll regret it if you do it later. For the first kind of bruschetta, with the chopped tomatoes that we flavored with basil, salt and pepper, we're going to add mozzarella, and this is the classic standard bruschetta that everybody knows and loves. This is the classic standard version of a bruschetta. With this one, you really can't go far wrong. Everybody loves this. Now it's time to do a quick shuffle and prepare the second kind of bruschetta, which today I'm going to make with a nice topping of rucola, plenty of it, and then on top of this I'm going to add the sliced cherry tomatoes, plenty of those too. We're going to top this with a nice slice of mozzarella and an anchovy. We won't need to add any salt because the anchovy will take care of that. What we will add is a nice sprinkle of oregano. Shuffle again, and the third flavor. This again is going to be the sliced cherry tomatoes, and then some mozzarella which is torn up. It does seem to have a different taste if you tear mozzarella. I really like it this way. And I'm going to add the olives, plenty of those, and also a few pieces of anchovy which will go to season this one too. Then I'm going to tear up some fresh basil and add this. This is like the best of both worlds. A combination of the other two kinds. Drizzle all of them with a little more good extra virgin olive oil, add oregano, and you're ready to enjoy. Buon appetito!